4 of our long distance sail, which is 6 days long. I'm out on a boat called Whisper, which is a 42-foot Jeanneau. Really lovely boat. So we're out with a guy called Brendan Hall, who is actually the skipper who won the Clipper Around the World Yacht Race last year, and he was skippering the boat Spirit of Australia. And he's actually from Brisbane, which is not too far from where I am. So lovely guy, learning loads of him. The long distance sail is actually part of our Yachtmaster Fast Track program that I'm doing. So basically we take a yacht out and try and do passages of over 60 miles with different crew members, like navigating the different passages and acting as skipper. So on the first night we got in at 11, second night we got in at 2, and then last night was the passage that I skippered. And I skippered us from over near the Solent out to Brighton, into the Brighton Marina, and we got into Brighton Marina at 3:15 in the morning. Everybody else had a lovely little nap along the way, but because I was skipper, I was navigating, I was up all night. So pretty tired today. We've just started on our next long distance passage, which Mick, one of the guys on board, is skippering with Lev, one of the Russian submarine captain. So some pretty interesting characters out here. So we're actually crossing the English Channel today and heading down to the Channel Islands on the opposite side there, just off the side of France, and going to a place called Skiv or Skev or something. Anyway, down there, should be really nice. But it is a 20-hour sail, estimated at the best possible speed. So our wind's going to be dropping. It got up to like a force 8 yesterday, so we had some pretty rough winds, picking up the swells. We're bashing around a fair bit. So yeah, we're sailing upwind today. Yesterday's passage was all downwind, so it was more just sort of rolling from side to side. But today, because it's upwind, we're just like woof, woof, really quite bashing into the waves. So we've started our watch system because it's 20 hours long, and we don't really want everybody on deck for 20 hours because it's a bit silly. Plus we're all exhausted because we've just had 3 days of no sleep. I think the most we've slept is 5 hours, but you're also like constantly doing stuff, so you're always on deck, or you're navigating, or you're hoisting, or you're trimming, or you're kind of moving a lot. So not a whole lot of time for resting on board. It's a good taste of what the race is going to be like, and to see how we handle under sleep deprivation and under pressure. So 20 hours across. I am off watch first for 4 hours. Now I'm getting down to 3 hours, and then I will be on deck for 4 hours, and then the next watch we do will be 3 hours long because it'll be going into the night time. So it's currently about 2:30 at the moment, so I start watch at 8, I believe, and 6, sorry, and then we carry it through till 10 o'clock at night, and then the next guys take over till 1, and we take over till 3. So that's kind of how it works. So I'm about to put my head down. This is my cabin at the moment. I've got the spinnaker sail here, spare cushions from the saloon, and then I've actually got mixed stuff in here too, because he's been sleeping just on the saloon couch because I'm the only girl on board. So rather than share a cabin, he's been kind enough to give me the whole cabin to myself. So I'm hanging out in here, and I'm going to try and get what little sleep I can. And I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but I'm actually right underneath the steering wheel, and it screeches every time they turn the wheel, so it's going to be quite difficult to get a couple of hours sleep. So it's going to be a really long night again, and yeah, we just have to sort of plod along. A couple more days of this, and then we're on dry land for the weekend, and then back out to sea the next day. So we'll see what happens, but give you a little peek out the window at the sea state here. Don't know if you can see that, but it's not very pleasant out there. As I said, it got up to force 8 yesterday. We actually had a wave breaking on the stern of the boat sailing downwind in the Solent, which is like a little sheltered channel. So it's pretty nuts yesterday. Loads of wind. We just flew the headsail with half of the headsail out, so we had it half furled on the furling line there. But we did snap the furling line as well, and so we had to fix that at the middle of the night. I think it's about 1 in the morning when that snapped, or probably closer to 2. And motor the rest of the way into Brighton because we didn't really want to put the main up because it was all downwind. And if we crash drived in those conditions, we could have possibly taken down the rigging, so something to definitely avoid. But yeah, so it's a force 6 to 7 today, and they reckon it's going to be downgrading to a force 4 to 5 by sort of 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. So it's just kind of miserable out there, but it's great. This is the first week I've actually had rain in England since I've been here, and I've been here nearly 2 months now. So it's pretty impressive track record at the moment, and I think all the farmers around here will be pretty happy for the rain. But yeah, it does make it pretty cold and wet out there, and you've got, because we're going into the winds, we've got a lot of the spray coming over the side of the boat. So yeah, that's it. I am gonna get a couple hours sleep. So we are just outside of Sark, and the engine has died several times. There's apparently some bacteria that's in the engine that's caused a lot of growth, and it's blocked up all the piping. So we have no engine, and there's absolutely no wind, as you can see by the sea state. So we are getting a tow from the fisheries department into Sark, which is very, very kind of them. So there's been another slight change of plans. The boat that's towing us over here is from Guernsey, one of the Channel Islands, and tonight it's apparently supposed to get up to a force 8, and we were originally going to be heading just in there on the Isle of Sark to the bay just ahead there, but unfortunately with no engine currently working and rocks all around us in there, it just wouldn't have been a very smart anchorage in a force 8 storm should the mooring buoy have drifted off. It's a bit of a bummer we haven't been able to get to Sark because it's a beautiful, beautiful island, really traditional. It doesn't have any roads on it, it's still horse and cart, so it's really unique. Starting to come into Guernsey under tow. See the harbour entrance there with the lighthouse.